In this tutorial, I'm going to go over your materials and how to build up a drawing for value. Now in your kit, you got vine charcoal, compressed charcoal, and you also got chalk. Now vine charcoal, it's light and moves really free on the surface. Its movement is a lot of times considered to painting. And as you can see, its flexibility is just really, really high. Compressed charcoal, it's a lot darker and it moves less freely on the surface. So essentially, if you get a mark of this on your page, it's going to be fairly permanent. It's going to be a little bit trickier to move or remove. And this pencil, this is also compressed charcoal as well. It just makes it easier for details. Now together, vine and compressed charcoal can create a very diverse value range, and this happens by just layering each other, like the vine and the compressed, over and on top of each other. Chalk can be used as another way of pushing that value system. And there's many different ways of layering this to create like your desired effect. Ultimately, I recommend a rag for blending larger areas, as it can just smoothly do this, and your hand for blending like much smaller areas. Now your erasers. Your kit included 2 different erasers that serve 2 different purposes. This is your kneadable eraser, and it is ideal for removal of a product in a more delicate way. It can also be sculpted to remove a product from tighter areas. And as you can see, it just does a more delicate job of removing material. To clean it, simply knead the eraser until it's clean. You'll notice that a kneadable eraser doesn't leave eraser crumbs either. So if you need a surface to remain fairly clean, it's perfect for the task. However, this eraser is for delicate removal, and so it will have its limits on exactly what it can erase. For a stronger eraser, you'll want to use your white plastic eraser. Now, these are designed to break down, and thus they'll produce a lot of crumb. However, they can erase really stubborn marks. Now, between your kneadable and plastic eraser is your pink pearl eraser, and this is the same thing that you'll find at the tip of a generic pencil. It produces some crumb. Accidentally resting your hand on the drawing will affect the outcome, so you can lay down a sheet of newsprint if needed. Just be sure not to slide the newspaper around as you're using it, as that will blend the charcoal underneath. Charcoal drawings are very tactile, and they are very much influenced by the way you touch them. Pressure, speed, angle will determine the final aesthetic. So for darker areas, gradually build up the material to a compressed charcoal, using your finger or rag to blend them as needed. Apply lighter pressure for areas lighter in value. And of course, use chalk if you want to establish more high key areas. Now that we've gone over materials, let's build a value drawing. Just like any drawing, you want to work general to specific, and values no different. So let's see what this looks like. Now let's go over how to store a charcoal drawing. Art 109 is not granted access to the spray booth, so fixative sprays are not a part of the curriculum. Now this has nothing to do with COVID, it's just standard for this class. If you're familiar with fixatives and want to use them, just be sure to spray outside and allow your drawing enough time to off-gas before bringing it inside. For the curriculum of Art 109, we teach you how to store your charcoal drawings without fixative. So to do this, simply sandwich newsprint over your drawing. Now be sure not to slide the newsprint around as it will smudge your drawing. Some students, they like to use tape and tape the paper in place to prevent sliding. If you decide to do this, be sure to temper your masking tape by pressing it against your skin to reduce the stickiness. That way it'll prevent the tape tearing your paper. Ideally, if you have artist tape, that would be best, but if not, you can easily temper your masking tape by pressing it against the skin. Then all you have to do is simply roll your paper together and secure it with a little extra tape. Now I like to reverse roll it this way because I feel that the newsprint gets pressed against the drawing a little bit better and prevents it from sliding. And there you are.